welcome to the team. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, and welcome into today's episode of Artemis' Anarchy, episode 33, I believe. Anyway, that's a madness for amount of episodes for this podcast anyway. So yeah, what we're going to be talking about today, like it said in the title, we are going to be talking about the team. So, this is kind of going to be a preview to what the explainer video for the full team is going to be, which will be out tomorrow for you guys on YouTube. Anyway, let's jump into it. So, firstly, what I want to talk about is what type of people I'm looking for the main content team. So, firstly, I'll describe what each team does and all that stuff. So, I'll start with the main content team, then we'll do the Twitch team, then we'll do the YouTube team, then we'll do the TikTok team, right? So, what the main team is going to be is everyone who does, like, a lot of the main content and stuff like that. So, like, say, I'm wanting about 4 or 5 people in the main team that can be there for recording most of the time, if not all of the time, obviously. Because I know even myself, I won't be able to be there all the time because I'll be making my own content, I'll be doing my own things, maybe having a bit of a relax from content creation in general. But what the main content team is going to be is they're going to be the face of the team. They're going to be the face of this channel, right? Not my channel, obviously, but the Eternal Enclave, which I'll link down below. So go subscribe to that if you don't already. Guys on Twitch, I'll give you the link for it after the podcast. But yeah, like, basically the main content team, like I said, is going to be the face. They're going to be in the foreground. They're going to be the ones that are making the most content. But for games that we want to do, like, private games for and stuff, that's when we dip into, like, the Twitch team and the YouTube team, people like that, who we want to be involved with it as much as they can. But they don't have to be guaranteed at least 3 out of the 5 of us every week, right? I want to at least keep 3 people every week that can record. It doesn't matter which 3, just have 3 people that can record a couple of videos. And basically, what that means for everything else, for my stream, for other content and stuff like that, some things will die down, some things will pick up a bit more. We'll see, because I will be one of the main editors of the Eternal Enclave channel as well. I will be putting myself into that role, mainly because I have a rough idea on what most of the videos should look like. But again, the main team will come together at least once or twice a week, talk about the video ideas the first time, and then after the recording and stuff like that, we all jump in a Discord call at some point after recording. Not the same day, it doesn't have to be the same day, but we talk about how we want the video to be presented. And do we want to have, like, a storyline for some sketches or something like that. And basically what we are is we're the people who plan. We plan everything. We'll plan the content, the game, some jokes if we know the game well enough. If we don't, we'll just make jokes on the fly, very improvisational. So again, very much like what we do here, I'm very improvisational. I don't exactly try to, like, script out anything. I try to make jokes on the fly, And basically, that's what most of the content team stuff is. Again, I will go in a bit more in depth on what every part of everything will be for the, like, main content team, and then the YouTube team, Twitch team, blah blah blah. So basically, let's move on to the Twitch team, because that's the way I've ordered them, okay? The Twitch team is going to be something like along the lines of more of a stream team, but an unofficial stream team. We'll do some things with other unofficial stream teams and stuff like that. Maybe do a couple of streams with them, doing like 3v3, 6v6, whatever. just having fun with games, and this is what the whole channel's about, is just having fun with games and having fun messing about in games and trolling and all that stuff. Like, no one gets butthurt by it, you know, it's not competitive, no one's actually caring if you win or lose, but it's just fun. It's just going to be mindless fun, okay? That's what my aim is for it. Now, if I can, we may get some IRL videos mixed into some of the gaming videos and stuff like that. So, but that's a decent bit later on down the line, once we get, you know, this whole thing started and get it moving and get everything working. And like I said, basically the Twitch team is going to be with us most of the time. Like, if it's just me that can make it to a stream for the Eternal Enclave, that doesn't matter too much. Like, so if it's just me and, like, say 2 or 3 of the others from the Twitch team, that's fine. The main content team doesn't have to be a main part of the streams. There will be ones that they are main parts of, but, like, it's hard to describe without me, you know, they're like, imagine it kind of like reserves. That's what the Twitch teams and the YouTube team and all that stuff is. But they all get brought in on the discussions for their separate areas. So if me and the main team are talking about YouTube videos, we'll bring in 1 or 2 that will be appointed, like the liaison kind of thing between the teams. So like 1 or 2 of the people from those teams, from the YouTube team, from the Twitch team, all that stuff, they will all be in a role where they have to communicate with the rest of their team, because, well, we can't have everyone in all at once. So if we bring in a couple of each and then go through the plan, or even I just go through the plan and then take the Twitch team in, and then take the YouTube, and then take the TikTok team, and we'll talk about plans for those specific areas. Like, the YouTube team, I'm going to mainly keep to, like, most of the main team, but the Twitch team is going to be a lot more varied, and it will be a variation of content as well, which I am hopefully going to be part of as well, because I'm planning on getting some graphic design streams on there, some skate streams, like, for me personally as well. Obviously the podcast will be moving over there, and I will move all the Artemis' Anarchy stuff over there as well, over to that channel as well. I will leave a link down below in the description for you guys on YouTube. Again, guys on Twitch that are here just now, I will leave the link in the chat after we finish up the podcast. And what I'm also wanting to do with the Twitch team, YouTube team, and TikTok team is I want to get them all streaming at different points. Like, I don't want them to be all streaming at the same time and stuff like that. I want them to be, like, the Twitch team streams, like, say, Monday and Friday, right? And then the YouTube team streams on YouTube on a, I don't know, a Tuesday and a Thursday, and then TikTok can do lives on, like, Wednesday and Saturday. You know, split everyone up into certain groups, into certain times of days and stuff. And again, it gives the main content team different places to be if they want to be. The main thing with the stream side of things, especially for the YouTube team and the Twitch team, is that there's going to be at least one main team member in there as well. Like, so, like, for example, it would be me and then, like, 2 or 3 others of the Twitch team on the Twitch streams, or me and 2 or 3 others of the YouTube team on the YouTube streams, same with the TikTok teams. So basically, if you want to think of the TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch teams as, like, reserves, substitutes, stuff like that, it's a bit more of a harsher way to think about it, but it is realistically the way I'm thinking about it as well, is that it's extra people who are part of the community, who understand the community enough that they can also be part of the content. Like, obviously they have to understand most of the TOS of like each platform and stuff like that, because sometimes they could be streaming it on YouTube, but some of the Twitch team should be, yeah, exactly. There's going to be a core group, and then others who can come in and out as they please. And basically, even the core group can come in and out as they please. They just have to let us know a week before, like, recording or something. Like, say you can't make it this, and this day. Okay, we don't record those days if there's too many people on those certain days that can't come. You know? If you get what I mean? And yeah, like, hopefully, like, we get enough people to do stuff like that with. And, like, yeah, that's going to be the fun part. The hard part is going to be planning it all out around everyone's sleep schedules and stuff like that. That will be the hardest. That's why I'm aiming for most recording days, especially for the core group, is going to be a Saturday. So we all just sit and record it on a Saturday, because at least that way, if you were working the Friday, you've got, you know, a decent break between, like, obviously if you've not been streaming and stuff, obviously, but we can move it to Sunday or Friday, depending. Excuse me. But yeah, like, I don't want to make people feel left out, but obviously I want to keep it manageable within, like, reason and stuff, you know? Like, I want to make sure that, you know, that there's a core group that everyone can recognise, and then from there we do things like, oh, this person's pretty good in the community, they seem to be pretty active, they seem to play a lot of games with us. You can come in and you can be part of the YouTube team, the Twitch team. That's mainly what those reserve teams are, is once we do open the communities, once we open, like, the Discord and stuff to other people, that's what basically the thing is going to be. But don't think of the Eternal Enclave as its own separate team. It's more of a variety channel. No one's there to be specifically part of just Eternal Enclave. So even if you're part of another team, like, say it's an unofficial stream team, you can still be part of that, and you're more than welcome to be part of the Eternal Enclave at the same time. Like, I don't care that you're part of a different team. That bounce can actually make an interesting video in my head. Like, so, like, if I was to say to someone like Kai, who's got their own team, right? So, like, I would rather have a friendly match between the Eternal Enclave and Luna than, and just have a bit of fun with it, because it's just a couple of teams that are, you know, having a bit of fun for the sake of having fun. If it does get monetized, it gets monetized. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But, like, it can be fun. It looks like it's going to be a bit of fun. That's it. That's the main thing I want to get. But there is going to be a partially monetized part of the Eternal Enclave. It's more kind of, if you think of it like a subsidiary company of the Eternal Enclave. And basically what that's going to be is going to be my skate company when I do start making boards and do all that stuff, because I am still planning on that. It's just I've been saving up for some other things. I've been trying to get some other things on the go before I do that, and get some, like, you know, get the shotgun mic, obviously, that I'm using right now, that's right up here, and getting, like, tools and stuff. Obviously, once you start looking into how much everything is, you start to realise it's pretty fucking expensive. But yeah, like, I can make them for cheap, but I don't want to make them too cheap that they just break, you know? Like, they have to be skatable, and that's why I'm making the first prototype within this year, hopefully. I've still got the whole summer. I think I should have it made by the end of summer, 100%. I am giving myself that deadline. If I don't have it done by summer, it has to be done by autumn at the latest, like middle of autumn. So yeah, that's kind of mainly what I want to get across, is that it is going to be a variety channel. It's not really a team. It's more of a channel of people who like to play games, who like to do graphics, who like to do music, who like, I want to get it to the point where, like, imagine something like Alpha Gaming that turned into Senpai Gaming, right? Senpai something? Whatever Harisawa renamed it to, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's like Senpai HQ or something. I can't tell you 100%. But what I will say is something like along the lines of that for the music side of things. So like things like stream beats and all that stuff, but with other people obviously that do different types of music and stuff like that. Like maybe some people who like to do a lot more like rap and stuff, that type of beat and stuff. Like I can't remember, like you know what I mean, like just different kinds of music that everyone likes the sound of and the feel of, if that makes sense. That to the point that everyone just has DMCA free music no matter what, and they've got even more choice than just things like stream beats, artlist, pretzel, all of those ones, right? So like what I'm hoping to do is get people in to help me with that side, because I'm not great at messing about with like mixing music and stuff. I can pick it up, I am starting to get better at it, but I'm still learning. But with people who obviously have more experience than I do and stuff like that, making music and stuff like that will be part of it, and they were more than welcome to be part of it. Obviously anyone who's already in the Discord as well, even if you're watching on YouTube, if you're in the Discord, if you have early access to the Discord, you are guaranteed a place if you ask for the core group. Because the reason I invited you is because I think you could be a good balance for the team, or we could all have like fun with the team. You know, you just have to say the word and most likely you'll be part of the core group. If I don't think you'll be good as a core group, but you'll be good as like someone who, yeah, exactly, like I've already been thinking about making you part of the core group anyway, Jedi, so don't worry about that. But like anyone who has been invited is more than welcome to be part of this team. Like, again, like I said, people like Kai who have their own team, they're still more than welcome. Like, I couldn't care less. If you've got your own team, cool. If you want to be part of different, like 3 different teams, cool. I don't care. As long as you can handle the amount of like content you have to make for those separate teams, and you're not putting like your mental health at risk and stuff like that, because I know how daunting it is. I can barely fucking do 3 videos a week of my own content, but I know I've got the mental capacity to do it. It's just I've got to force myself to do it again and get myself into that rhythm of making videos, planning videos, editing real quick. Oh yeah, exactly. Like, I expect everyone in this core group to speak up if they can't deal with it, if they can't deal with the amount of content that they're making and stuff like that. Maybe it's too much. They just say. And that fucking speaker's just died. Give me a sec. Okay, I fixed it. I've got it. But yeah, while I'm fixing this and talking, basically, anyone who's part of the team, anyone who's making the content and stuff, if the content's getting too much for them, speak up, say you're needing a break, and we'll get someone else in until you're better to, you know, come back. Like, no one's replaceable, but, like, we'll have people that swap in and out when they need a break, if that makes sense. Like, you can't replace anyone, because everyone brings something different to the content, to the team, to whatever. But there are ways to get around it. maybe you add a new thing, a new bit of chemistry to the group. Like you'll get different chemistry. Like even some of the videos I won't be in. Like I already know that. I know I'll be in the first 3 or 4 or 5 or 10, but I don't think I'll be in them way too often. I think that side of things, I'll just be more editing stuff. I'll be more editing and getting people together to plan out videos. That's mainly what I'm focusing on. And obviously, I'll have some people help me even with that, so that I'm not throwing, 200% into the team, 200% into mine, and 200% into the board company and stuff like that I'm wanting to make. It's all about getting balance. That is the one thing, not taking too much on, Like, I can take a lot on, but I know when to stop. Sometimes it does look like I don't know when to stop, but I do. Trust me, I do. It's just, to a lot of people, some of the work that I put in and stuff is way too much, and they think I should be doing way less than I do. But it's not. It's all down to the individual. I treat content creation and working on content creation and stuff like that the same way you take an approach to lifting something heavy in construction. Health and safety for construction with lifting heavy loads, it's up to the individual. No one can carry the same weight. Like, everyone can carry the same weight to a limit, and then it splits. Like, there is a limit to how much one individual can carry, but it's up to the individual. Obviously, if it's something like, 100 kilos and you're trying to take that with one arm, that's stupid. Like, there are some people who could probably do that, but it's very unlikely that many people, especially in construction, can do that. Like, I've seen people, carry some fucking heavy loads, but by themselves. But that's because they know that they can take that without, ripping any muscle or anything like that. They know their limits. But, I know my limits with content creation. It's why I started to do 3 videos a week. So, obviously, to this day, to today of recording, I have done 1 video this week. The second one comes out tomorrow, which would be Friday, so it's already out for you guys on YouTube. And then one that will be out on Sunday, which was yesterday for you guys on YouTube. So, that's what I'm trying to say is, I know I can do 3 videos a week minimum, because I have done it, consistently for the past 3 weeks. It's just they've all been Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then nothing for the rest of the week. So basically, what I'm going to try and do is try and keep that going, increase it by 1 every week, keep improving the content every week, keep improving the content every video, improving everything, all at the same time, just in different ways. So streams, I'm a bit more energized and a bit more upbeat and a bit more, looking at the camera, interacting with the camera, stuff like that, just slapping you at the side like that, you get what I mean? I'm trying to be a lot more interactive on stream with the camera, because I can be very interactive with it on YouTube, but I'm not as interactive with it on stream, because a lot of the time I'm switching between 2 screens and 1 camera, because I've got my main gaming monitor / main everything here, and then OBS, Discord and Mix It Up are all on this right monitor. Because you're doing so many things at once, it's harder to look at the camera. Whereas when I'm recording videos for YouTube, it's literally game, OBS. That's it. Nothing else. There's nothing else there when you're recording. There's no one that you have to read messages for. There's no one you have to keep answering on Discord sometimes, or you don't have to do as much work on a YouTube video as you do with Twitch, with streaming. Even streaming on YouTube, it's the same thing. You've got OBS, you've got the chat, you've got whatever bot you're using for YouTube, if you do use a bot for YouTube, it can get too much for some people, and it's why people need more breaks from streaming than they do from video creating, from YouTube and all that stuff. Like, you still need breaks from all of them. Granted, I'm overdue for a break from streaming, but I don't feel like burnt out by it. Like, I get a couple of days that I'm burnt out, I will admit. I do know those days are there, and I do know I'm a little less energized, but those are more the ones that I'm just like, fine, it's a chill stream. It's not anything, I'm not trying to impress anyone, I'm not trying to hit everything down, I'm not trying to make people, you know, fully enjoy everything. Because I like to stream even when I'm burnt out, because it shows the reality of being a content creator and a streamer and stuff like that. Like, you do just burn out. There's no fix for it. There's no fix for it aside from a break. Or, in my case, there's no fix for it aside from talking about it, or, you know, just going through it. Just having it go through, because, like, I get more burnt out once I stop. Like, if I stop streaming and stop creating content in general, I stop everything. And it's why I don't stop creating content even when I'm on a quote-unquote break. Because my mind loses it and I crash like fuck. And I just, either I'll not upload for weeks, or I'll not, you know, stream for a week, and just the lack of motivation. Whereas if I'm streaming all the time and I've got accountability, I feel like I have more of a responsibility to do it and stuff like that. So yes, I do have those lower energy streams, but they're to show that I do burn out. I just don't burn out nearly as bad as most people do, if that makes sense. Like, I need to keep doing stuff. Like, hell, even as much as I hate seeing him on TikTok just now, Andrew Tate, like, he's motivated. You can tell he's motivated by what he wants to do. He's a dick sometimes, but at least he's honest that he's a dick. Like, he doesn't try to be nice. No one tries. Like, if you try to be nice, you're fucked. Like, I don't try to be nice to people. Like, there are certain people I'll be nice to, there are certain people I won't be nice to. If I'm not nice, the way I see it, especially the way I expect it as well, is if you're too nice to someone, they get complacent, they get lazy, they get, you know, they stick in their way. Whereas if you're, like, going after, like, say like what I do with Kai, right? I take the piss out of their aim a lot, I take the piss out of some other things as well, and they take the piss out of me a lot as well. But if you've actually noticed in any of the streams or games that I've been doing, my aim has been 10 times better than what it used to be, because the way that people, when I hear people say taking the piss out of my, like, aim and shit, it makes me want to do it out of spite. It's the way my brain works. I like to have someone there to tell me what I'm doing wrong, to say you're bad at aiming, but not tell me exactly what I'm doing wrong, not backseat. They're more just pointing out that I'm bad at aiming. And basically, even though I don't do things like aim labs or anything like that, exactly, spite is the best way to get better. And again, I think that's why Andrew Tate would be making more money as well, especially currently, because he is all over TikTok. People are, like, can tell him he's a piece of shit, all that stuff. But again, he doesn't care. No one cares. But yeah, like Sammy said, spite is the best way to get better. Spite, just competitiveness, like being competitive at anything, can make you better, but there's a fine line between being competitive and being a tryhard. There's a difference. There's a big difference. There's also small differences that you do notice. If you're being competitive just for fun, you're not taking the game as seriously as someone who wants to fucking try hard and fucking be top of the world. Try to be top of the world, but get better naturally. Don't force yourself into using things like aim labs all the time, or doing the in-game fucking thing. Yeah, exactly. Like, if you want to try hard at a game, try hard at it, but don't force yourself like 20 fucking hours a day to play that one game. Split your gaming between different genres, different types of games, different fucking paces of games. That's what I do. Yes, I'm not 10 out of 10 best of the world or anything, but I can hold my own in most FPSs, and that's after playing games like fucking Session, Skater XL, Skate 3, Skyrim, things like Old Republic that have so many different controls. The only FPSs I've played recently have been Rainbow Six and Overwatch. That's it. Maybe a bit of Apex once in a while. But that's it. And that's my point, is that you don't improve by playing the same game. Like, yes, you'll understand the mechanics better, but will you actually use those mechanics to your best? If you're so complacent in your own one genre of game that you can adapt to anything else. But yeah, like, oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm down for it, whenever. Well, obviously, within, reason, but I don't sleep till like 6 o'clock my time anyway, so anytime almost. But yeah, like, what I mainly do is I change up my games so often to make me better at one singular game. And I will never tell anyone what that one singular game is because it changes up so often as well. So like, even if I'm rusty for the first like 3-4 matches of a game of like Overwatch, like the other night, I wasn't great at playing Overwatch because A, I've not played it in ages, B, it's not been in my rotation of games, and C, like, I just don't play it as often as most people say you should to be good at it. But like, even once I'm warm, like, I don't even need to warm up most of the time, it's just adapting back into the game. Like, most of the time when I start playing Overwatch again, I've been playing something like Skater XL, Skate 3, very RPG and sports-like games, and then I'll move over to FPS for like a month. And then I'll go back to those rotation of games, come back to FPS, and then do rinse and repeat basically. And what I would 100% say is, if you do use something like aim labs or any of the in-game like firing ranges or something like that for FPSs, yes, they're useful, they can be great, I will not deny that, but I think, especially for the way my brain works, playing the game itself is what makes it easier to adapt to different types. So like, even playing different types of FPS, go from Valorant to COD, something slow-paced to something fast-paced, something fast-paced to something medium-paced, something medium-paced to fast-paced to slow-paced. Like, it doesn't matter what way you do it, just don't sit in the same game over again. Or, to quote, was it Einstein that said it? The definition of insanity is repeating something and expecting a different outcome. Yeah, that's basically what you're doing if you keep doing the same game over and over again. Basically, if you keep playing the same game over and over again, expecting to win every game, you're kind of insane. And not in a good way. Not in a, oh, he's insane at the game kind of way. It's more, he's just insane kind of way, if you know what I mean. And that's why I change my games so often, because I don't expect any outcome. Like, I expect to have fun. That's about it. In 90% of games, I will say I have fun. There are a couple that I don't, but when I'm playing with other people that I have good chemistry with and stuff like that, especially for making content and stuff, it is just pure fun. I don't care about winning, I don't care about losing. Like, even like playing games like Fortnite with a couple of my mates, like, I don't like Fortnite that much, but I still have fun with it because I try to run them over, shit like that. I just have fun with the game and its mechanics. I don't try to be good at it. Whereas people who really try, like, at games, yes, I've got mad respect for them, they're good at what they do, but they get so stuck into the one type of game. They never, like, branch out and go for, like, a story-driven game or anything like that. I also don't know how we got from speaking about the Eternal Enclave to here, but we're going to ignore that fact. But yeah, one thing I also wanted to talk about as well. Yeah, exactly. PUBG community is full of them. Yeah, there are good players, there are bad players. And then there's the people in matchmaking hell. Matchmaking limbo, right? Matchmaking purgatory. And that's where I fucking thrive. And that seems to be everywhere I seem to thrive there. Just give me a sec, because I'm going to move this mic just slightly closer to me. Oh, that could have been way closer. Okay, that's good to know. But, like, yeah. Like, yeah, but a lot of Battle Royales seem to have a lot of sweats in them now, which is a good thing, bad thing, depends on what side of the spectrum you're on. If you're in somewhere like me, where you're not exactly great, but you're not exactly bad, it does get a bit of, it does feel a bit like fucking purgatory, and you can't get out of it because you're not good and you're not bad. You're very mediocre, and you can survive, but it's very rare that you do. Or you can hold your own, but you get fucked over by people like third party and stuff like that. Whereas, like, if you keep moving from game to game to game, you're mediocre at all of them, yes. Granted, you're mediocre at all of them, but at least you're not someone who, like, hinders other people's gameplay with it if you're playing randoms and stuff, you know? But a jack of all trades is better than, you know, a master of one, because you're that adaptable. You're adaptable, you're quick, you're improved. Yes, you might not be a master of any, you might not be a master of any game, but you're adaptable. So, literally, improvise, adapt, overcome. It kinda is the, like, I would consider myself a jack of all trades. Like, maybe not every trade, but I can do a hell of a lot by myself. Like, especially if we're talking content creation wise, I can record the videos, I can plan the videos, I can edit videos, I can make thumbnails, I can make logos, graphics for my streams and stuff like that, and overlays and all that kind of shit. I can make stingers, I can animate a very little amount, but I'm learning a bit more for Citrus's stinger, which I am going to give him that for free as a thank you for the game that you gave me, because, yeah, it was about the same price as what I was going to charge him anyway, let's be honest, because it does take a while to animate it, because it is a awkward one that I've never tried before, but I'm willing to take a shot at it. So yeah, like, I mean, he gave me a free game, so he gets a free stinger. Like, I do someone like RN's stinger for free because A, he was the first one that I did it for, and B, his is so easy to do that it's not really worth the, like, charging for it. I literally pressed 3 buttons for his recent change. That was it. It took me a total of 5 minutes. I'm not going to charge someone if the thing takes me 5 minutes or less. If it takes me 10 minutes, it's a bit of an iffy one. It depends. Usually if it's over 10 minutes, I will, but it'll be very cheap, because yeah, it's just a decent way to price things, I think, on my end. Like, obviously editing videos when I do start that again, because I've still got to open the commissions on Ko-fi or Ko-fi, whatever way you want to say it. But I will be opening them at some point soon. It's just I wanted to increase even more ability, and I know I'm going to keep increasing anyway, so I'm just as well open it up. And I'll change the like Ko-fi command and stuff like that, so that it comes up as more of a, if you want to commission me to edit this and this video, there's a link. That's where you can commission me. And yeah, like, speaking of editing and improving editing, the other week, I think I talked about this on the podcast before, but I was very cryptic about it, but because it's been out for a couple weeks now, the Poppy Playtime video I did, right? So the start of it started in more deep tone voice and stuff like that I just literally changed the EQ in. It wasn't supposed to be like, you weren't supposed to be able to hear it fully, but you were able to make out the words. So like, that's the way I like to do those types of intros, is that you can hear it, but you can't hear it at the same time. You can make it out, but it's very hard to make it out. Same with the end. Like, the end of the intro was literally a jump scare. That's what it was meant to be. And it was literally using the music at the end of the Pocket Playtime, at the end of the game, with Poppy's little, like, I don't know, it was like a music box kind of thing, I can't remember exactly, and then have Huggy Wuggy jump out from the black screen. It was a interesting idea that I had. It seemed to work very well. I think most people who watched it liked that I did that, and I will be doing that for Pocket Playtime Chapter 2 when I do get around to buying that and playing it, obviously, and I will do just the full game unedited as much as possible, obviously. I'm not going to make you guys sit there for 40 minutes while I figure out a puzzle. But yeah, like, it did seem like people would like that kind of thing, and I'll probably try it again with a different twist again on Chapter 2. I might even use the same exact one, and then add Huggy Wuggy, let it space out, and then have the new one come in and just jump scare you as well. Because, again, I think that's an interesting thing, it's an interesting idea, it's a fun idea to do. It's something interesting. Like, it's the way I like to edit things. I like, especially horror games, I'm really good at editing, like, me playing horror games. A, because I don't have to edit too much, and B, because I know how to do most cliche things in horror. Let's just say that. I know how to do horror stuff, right? And I can edit it to a way that it does kind of split up into a horror kind of situation. But yeah, like, the other thing I do want to talk about is, like I said, we did some creator questions of the day for the past, like, 3 days from recording today. So, like, I think it was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday so far. And obviously, like, we'll continue that for a while, for a few months at least. And what we'll be doing every week on the podcast is we'll go through some of the answers and stuff. I'm not gonna bring up, like, the tweets or anything like that, or the answers in Discord or stuff like that. I just want to give what I would do on most of them, and then see what your guys' answers is. So, like, things like, obviously, if I bring up my profile just now, I'll start from the start, right? So I think my first question was, why? Why did you start? Why did you start creating content, right? Basically, my reasoning is, I got bored. I got bored in just before going back to college. In the January, we were on break from about, I think it was just before November to like December, and then I came back. I was still doing streaming at that time as well. Did a bit more, got some things together, tried to record some things on my old laptop that died almost instantly, got the PC that I'm streaming from now, and just had fun with it, and I've had fun with it. I've been affiliate for a year. I've been having fun with, everything so far. But that's why I started. And obviously, some of the answers are very varied, like I was expecting. But like a lot of people, it seems to be they enjoyed playing games, they wanted to share it with someone, maybe someone a significant other that couldn't when they were away at college or something, like Gramith, or like people like Jedi who just started watching and had fun with it, had fun interacting with the streamers, and then got into the communities of certain games and then started streaming that themselves. And then other people just like Catherine did things like, wanted it to be a safe space for people who want somewhere to escape to, somewhere to have fun and not think about anything, and have like resources that they could access for their mental health. And even Kestrel was more, he's always wanted to entertain, inform people about stuff. So like that's kind of the why some people do things. You can see how varied it is, because some people wanted to play games and share their experiences with others. They didn't care about, getting a bit of audience or anything. I've not seen many people who want a big audience, but they want an audience, if that makes sense. So like, it does get to a point where you're wondering if you should keep doing it or not, because some people, I know why some people don't continue. And I've seen a lot of streamers, especially in the past year since everything's been getting back to normal, they have been doing a lot more stuff outside, so that leads them to not being able to stream, to not being able to have fun, and maybe they just don't have time for it anymore, and that's fine. We know that happens. But like, even when I ask creators that are still in the creator space, maybe they still don't stream as much, but they still like are part of it, and they still interact with people on Twitch, people on YouTube, people on this, that, everywhere else, right? So like, again, I asked, this is the next question, I asked, what is your favourite part about creating content? Remember, guys on YouTube, answer down in the comments below as well if you've not already answered. Like, you're more than welcome to. But like, most of them had like 2 reasons. Like, a couple of them had 2 reasons. Catherine had 1, and it was to socialise without having to worry about being overloaded with like too much socialisation. They could just end stream, go away, and relax again. Whereas people like Kestrel, he wants to share passion, and it's a more unique way to his coaching and marketing side. Like, I am reading these as I'm going, by the way, because like I wasn't going to remember all of these off by heart, let's be honest. I'm not that smart. But like, yeah, like, and like Jedi said, anytime someone plays a game because they've seen him play it, or like, I definitely agree with all of these. That's the thing. Like, I might not be much of like a coach or good at marketing, but I definitely have learned some marketing kind of tactics to do it. That's why I started this, to see if this would work. It is technically a marketing tactic. It gets a bit more engagement. People like to voice their opinions. And again, like I said, I'm being as transparent as I can with this, and I will say it was a bit of a marketing kind of act, kind of ploy to see if people are interested in answering these questions about creating content, about making everything happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's a good thing to do because it gets conversation flowing, it gets people talking. Even half the time, I'm going to start putting the question of the day in my streams. I'm going to start putting it like as my main title. It's going to be, why did you start doing this? Why did you do this? Why do you like this part? Why do you hate this part? You know, stuff like that. Do you like this part of content creation, or do you hate this part? Like, voice your opinions. Because this whole channel and the Eternal Enclave and everything else, they're all going to be safe spaces for people to voice their opinions. Everyone has a different opinion. The only thing I will stop people from voicing is obviously being racist and shit like that. But there's a fine line between criticizing someone for something and being racist. And obviously, you can still have a bit of fun with making fun of other people as long as they're making fun of you. That's the way I see it. If you make fun of me, I'll make fun of you. Nothing else. There's a line, and you don't go past that line, you know? But like, again, like, I like having these like different opinions from people, because then I can see their side of the conversation, their side of what they do. Yeah, maybe not everyone agrees with me that, you know, creating content is a viable option for monetization. It's not. I know that. But I still do it with a little bit of hope of monetization, so I don't have to do something like working in a shop, because I can't physically deal with people without getting really annoyed at them, asking stupid questions, and that's what annoys me. And like I asked today, aka Thursday, what part of the creative process do you love? Like, what part do you like the most? Jedi said the admin side of things, so like commands, overlays, stuff like that. Kestrel said the presentation, so like, I guess what Kestrel means, this is the way I'm interpreting it, is that he likes showing how things work and stuff like that. So like, presenting everything, like, I mean, basically just making the content almost, especially with the streaming side. And like, someone like Copes, they said they enjoy the recording most because they feel it's just playing the game your way, having fun, you know, relaxing before, you know, the drive to edit and shorten the recording. And I think Cokes is probably the closest person here that would be to my kind of thing, because like, I like the recording and editing. The planning is a pain in the ass sometimes, especially when you're doing so many videos, especially when you're doing like trying to do 7 videos a week, or 6 videos a week in my case, because I've got the podcast to fill the Monday slot. But like 6 or 7 videos a week, making them engaging, making them fun, making them challenging for yourself, having fun in them, there's a lot more to the creative process than most people realise. Like, technically, you could put like the creative process alongside things like TV shows and stuff, except it's for gaming if you do gaming videos, it's for vlogging if you do vlogging videos, all that stuff. But there's still planning, there's recording, there's editing, there's post-production stuff, there's making thumbnails, there's making things look interesting, there's marketing out your videos and stuff like that. So like, there's a lot of thinking involved. You can see why I'm not great at most of it. I don't think, I just go. I just go and hope. Like, I jump in head first. I don't care. I'll make a video, see it's a bad video, and then never make that mistake again. Like, if it's a video that does decent, but not well, I'll not make the video again. Or I'll remake it after a few months to see if I've improved, and improved jokes, improved improvising jokes and stuff like that. and doing the exact same video, just with increased quality of like me talking all the time during the video. Like, hell, if you go back about four or five episodes, I would say, you would see that I stop a lot more and go, like, obviously what I'm doing just now, because obviously I'm overthinking it and stuff like that, but like having a lot of conjoining sentences all the time and being afraid of having empty space, you know, between like sentences and stuff like that. But I still keep it pretty quick, I keep it pretty flowed, but now I think it's way better than what it used to be 5 episodes ago. And because I see that I'm doing better and better and better with actually doing it and keeping people engaged, like, I will admit, I do keep an eye on my viewer count sometimes during the podcast, but it doesn't affect my mood because it just lets me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what I could do to improve stuff. Like, the podcast is the only one that I actually check my viewer count on. And again, I'm honest about that because I know you guys can tell that I'm checking it, and I can probably say that 90% of you have seen me checking it, because I do hover my mouse over it. It's still hidden most of the time, but every once in a while I'll just move it over, have a look, see how it's doing. Like, it'll do pretty decent, and then, but again, I'm honest about it. Like, this is what I was saying like a few episodes ago. I can't remember exactly which episode it was. Keep an eye on your viewer count, but don't care about it. Like, you can always improve. Your viewer count's gonna go up, down, side to side, fucking whoop-de-whoop. You know, you're never gonna be able to tell when you're doing good and when you're doing bad, unless you're checking it every, you know, once in a while. Like, I only check mine every half hour, if that. Like, sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's 2 hours I check it. But I know, I keep a mental note of what my viewers were that hour before, and then 2 hours later if I check and it's almost the same, I'm happy with that. If it's significantly less, I will go back to the VOD after stream, I will check what I did wrong, and sometimes it's just me not talking enough, me not responding by accident because I'm hyper-focused on the game. But like, I try not to be, as much as I can, and I know you guys are like, yeah, see what happens, review the game tapes. Like, if you review everything you do. What I say, and I do this, so this is the one time that you do what Artemis does and do what Artemis says. I watch back, especially the parts that I know that are doing not great and they tend to lose viewers. I watch them in 2 different mindsets. I watch it once as a creator, see what I could improve, and then watch it again as a viewer, with the viewer mindset, the way I would watch someone like Jedi, or someone like Keshrin, or someone like Kids, Kai, Liz, everyone that I watch, right? I'm not going to list them all off, I was just rattling off the ones at the top of my head. But like, doing things like that, it gives you 2 perspectives. It gives you the creator perspective, and it gives you the viewer perspective. Like, yes, even when watching someone like Jedi, Keshrin, Liz, everyone like that, I have my own set of things that I'm looking for. Yeah, exactly. I'd be here for next hour, next like 2 hours, because like there's so many. I could probably tell you the rough number. Well, let's say most of the people I watch, there's one that I consistently watch on just now, and then like there's people like Chance that I'm usually not around when he is. So like when he's like doing his streams, I'm either usually streaming or like something else. I'm out skating, I'm out doing something else. I don't know what just other shit. But like, again, there's people that I watch consistently, and then there's people that I watch consistently when I can. Like, when I'm not editing or playing games or anything like that, that's when I sit and watch them. Sit and watch them, just chill out in their chat, and yeah, like even when I'm watching, like, Catherine, Citrus, Jedi, all that, I'm still working on stuff, or I'm getting food. I just never put in the work command because I'm that in and out of my room, like, during those streams, that I just go dead silent for a minute, or like 5 minutes or something, and then I'll come back. But again, that's the way it works for me. It's the way that works best. I don't like to, like, you know, stop working on things. Like, even when I'm playing things like session and stuff, like I was playing today, I was playing that for a good chunk of Jedi stream, but I was still, like, watching Jedi stream at the same time. I was just doing some extra things so I could learn how to play the game and stuff like that. But yeah, like, you just gotta take a minute, step back from your content, look at it, and then go back into it, you know? Yeah, exactly. Like, I think most people, when I am in their streams, know that I'm in and out all the time by now, because I've kind of made it the thing that if they do ask a question and I've just been leaving the room or something, I will come back and answer it, but I'll answer it like 5 minutes later, because obviously I'll be downstairs doing something that I needed to do, or I've came back, went into a bit of an editor mode, kind of just blocked out everything else, put everyone on silent, edited a bit of audio. Like, when I do the syncing up and stuff when I'm watching a stream, I silence the audio for about 10 minutes. Like, it takes me about 5 minutes to actually sync it up, but I mute the audio until that's done, until I'm happy with it, and then I can put them back on in the background because it's a background noise. Whereas if I'm fully editing all the time, like, when I'm editing when watching someone else's stream, I don't edit the full video. I just set up things like markers, get things ready to edit. So like I told you guys in the Discord, if you're in the Discord, I found a different way to do things. So like, I synced up my camera and my, you know, audio from Audacity. That's one specific thing that I have to re-render. So I render that while watching someone else's stream, sync it up, render it while it's rendering, watch someone else's stream for like an hour, depends how long I was recording, but I just sync the whole thing. And it's why my game quality isn't great on YouTube, but it's as best as I can do without having a second PC or a better camera. So like, you know, but the thing that does save me, and I will say it saves me, is most people watch it on this. They don't watch it on a fucking mad TV or anything. So like, I'm not too bothered about my quality, it just physically annoys me. But I know my restrictions, I know my limit. I'm not gonna go and buy a £1,000 camera just to make me happy. I'll wait until I can justify that purchase, or if I have a job that can pay for that, then that's when I'll get it. And obviously it doesn't affect me doing other things like going out, eating, stuff like that. Like, obviously this is like yeah, I know most people don't have complaints, it's just my pickiness. It's just me being picky on, like, some of them come out fine, and then others don't, and I don't know what the difference is. And I think I figured out what the difference is, so that should be improving in the next few videos, especially for gameplay videos. It just always seemed like the camera was, like, not clear, but I think I figured out what the problem is. So don't worry about that. I've got the idea. I know how to fix it. And I should be fixing the camera the way... Because it's just the camera that annoys me in some of the videos. But like, I know it doesn't bug enough people to justify me going and getting a 2 PC setup for a laptop and a PC and stuff like that to justify recording. Like, because I will probably get something that can at least handle like some games on the laptop, but like that's just for when I'm on the move. I will need something to like play or mess about with. So as long as it can run games like Session and stuff like that, I couldn't care less. That would be the games I would be streaming when I was on the move. Like, so I've just got the laptop, just the controller, just the webcam, and just the mic. That's all I need. That's the bare minimum I need for streaming on a laptop anyway. Is a camera, a mic, and something to see the game on. And whatever I'm recording or editing on, or streaming on. Like, I don't need much. It's just the things I do need, kinda expensive. That's the difference. I don't need a lot, but the things that I do need are expensive. That's the difference. That is the difference between needing a lot and needing a little. You could need a little, but it could cost a lot. And you could need a lot that will technically cost the same, but it's all cheaper and you can buy it in cheaper parts. Like, if I knew how to build a camera and how to completely wire up a camera and stuff like that and make it look good and make it come out like 8K, then I would do it. Then I would just buy little pieces here and there. But there is so much fucking about on the inside of a camera that ain't happening. And I ain't fucking about with that shit. Because again, that's a whole brand new skill that you technically do have to be a master of. So like, that would be a long time. Like, again, like I've said, I ain't no professional, but I am Twitch's #1 professional, just at breaking things, at figuring stuff out. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's complex. But yeah, like, I'd still take apart a camera and try to build it back up. Like, if I had a broken one, like, if I knew there was a broken one lying around somewhere, I'd probably try and fix it. I'd try and see if I could fix it. If I could fix it, DOS, I've got a camera that works. You know? Like, and that's what it's all about. You just adapt to certain situations. That's how I've went through most of life. Let's be honest. I've adapted to so much shit that I shouldn't be able to adapt to this. Like, streaming. Literally, it's taken me... I'd say I started being good at quote-unquote content creation / streaming about December. That's when I think I started to hit good. Like, that was the start of being good. I'm good at it now, but I'm still not where I want to be with it. But that's what it's all about. Improve, adapt, take risks. If there's one thing that you do take away from this podcast and this video, adapt and do not be afraid to take risks. Yes, they might not work, but who cares? If it's not costing you money, take that risk every time. And if it does cost you money, weigh out how risky it is and see if it's worth it. And that's what I'm going to leave this podcast on. That's the note I'm going to leave it on. Hope you guys enjoyed that video, podcast, you know, all that stuff. I will see you guys in the next video or thing of what I do. I will see you guys in a bit. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And yeah, see you guys in a bit. Peace.